Today I'm going to talk about books that you need to put on your 2026 TBR because they're my favorite books, which means you need to read them too. The corner of my mouth is cut. Can you see that? Is that cute? It really hurts. It's my lip liner fucked. Okay, so unfortunately I am in the process of packing, which means I don't have a lot of the books I want to film with because they are currently in boxes. So I just have my notes pulled up and I'm just going to be going through them like that. I'm not going to be reading the exact synopsis. I'm going to be reading my synopsis that I formulated to be the way I like it. There's a good array of books here. There's mostly fantasy or dystopian. I think actually just fantasy. Mostly fantasy or dystopian. And then a few other ones that we will get to. I also haven't posted in a while because I was like, okay, yeah, I got like a camera for Christmas. I'm gonna start up my YouTube channel. I'm gonna start posting. It's gonna be so great. And then I filmed my first video and none of the audio recorded from the microphone. I was like, oh, this is great. The microphone's broken. I assumed it was microphone. So I filmed another video, which was my last video, I believe. But the audio quality was so atrocious. Like so bad because I was just using the audio from the camera. It was so bad. If you have not watched that video, go watch it just so you can see how bad the audio quality is, because hopefully this is better because I'm just using my laptop. I was going to use this camera microphone, but it made a weird buzzing sound, which I feel like is worse than me just talking. So it's not gonna be perfect, it's not gonna be great. Also, there are people upstairs who are stomping and loud, so that's great. But anyways, the first book on here is actually a series and is the Folk of the Air series by Holly Black, or more commonly known as The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. This series is my favorite series literally ever. It is so good. Enemies, lovers, slow burn. Basically a girl gets kidnapped from the mortal world, brought to the fairyland, or Elfheim, I think is how you pronounce it, and then she becomes like a total badass and falls in love with this really hot guy, and she's the best main character to ever exist. Like ever, yeah. The biggest thing about this book is it is amazing. It is so good. It is so incredible. The first book is almost entirely world building. It's character development, world building, setting up the plot for the next two books. The third book is the best in my opinion. A lot of people say the second book is best. First book's not the best. Personally, I hate hearing that because I'm like, why would I suffer through reading a book? My laptop turned off. I don't know if it was still recording. It's still recording now. Anyways, why would I suffer through reading a bad book? Just like maybe read two more books I would like. I like the first book, but it's not my favorite book. The third one is. It's like, you know that image that you see in like TikTok comments of the guy like mining and then he like stops and turns around right before he gets to the diamonds? That's how I would describe this book series. If you are not someone who reads fantasy, if you're not into like political fantasy specifically, if this is like, you know what, I'm gonna start reading fantasy books and this is what I'm gonna start with, don't. Do not do that, because you won't get through it. My sister, I really want her to read the series, but she only reads romance books, and I'm like, you will not get through this book series. So many people go into reading this book thinking it's gonna be this like amazing romance book, and it is, but that's not the main focus, if you catch my drift. But yeah, that is probably my number one series. I think it is so beautifully written. Oh, I love it so much. And then there's like a sequel series, and Holly Black's written a bunch of other books. I haven't read the sequel series yet. Anyways, it's really good, and if you haven't read it, you should read it, or at least put it on your 2026 list. The next book series is definitely a little bit more of a controversial one, and that is the Powerless trilogy by Lauren Roberts. This series means so deeply much to me because I followed Lauren Roberts for years as someone who is an aspiring author, has a work in progress. She is like my idol. I'm in love with her. I got the original self-published copy of Powerless the night it came out from Amazon. I remember staying up till midnight, and then Amazon just like crashed and it like didn't load, and I was like freaking out. And when I saw her, she posted a TikTok and she's like, oh yeah, it's like not working. And then I got it the next morning, and I've read it in 2 days. That was the fastest I ever read a 500-page book at that time. It's so good. The controversial part of it is it's very tropey. It is very like TikTok-y, but like, do you know what I mean? Like it's trope central. Like that is the focus of the book. But it's enemies to lovers, really good, really, really, really good enemies to lovers, so good. Strong female main character. There's like family lore. I don't know, what else did I write here? Nightmare trope, so much tension. It's dystopian fantasy. It's basically the Hunger Games, but people with powers. In summary, it's also a bit of a political, like, fantasy dystopian political book, but I feel like most dystopian books have some political aspect to it, so it's definitely like the other side of the spectrum from The Cruel Prince, and is very much romance focused. So good. This, on the other hand, if you only read romance and want to get into fantasy, this is where you should start, because yes, there's fantasy in it, yes, it is kind of the main focus of the book, but I don't want to like spoil it, but like it's not the biggest thing ever. Like it would still be a really good book if you took the powers, except like it wouldn't make sense, but like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it is a series, so it goes Powerless, Powerful is a novella, Reckless, Fearless. I'm currently reading Fearless. I'm low-key struggling to get through it, just because, I don't know, part of me like doesn't want the series to end. I think she said she's releasing another novella, but I don't remember. And the other part of me is just kind of bored, but not bored. I don't know how to explain it. I'm in a reading slump, so that's why. But yeah, this book series, you either hate it or you love it. I can see why some people would hate it, but I personally love it because it's a pretty easy read. The next series is, I know I've said the last two are my favorite. This one's actually also my favorite. And it is none other than the Shatter Me series by Tahereh Mafi. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. As a lesbian, I have never been more in love with a man until I read this series. Thanks. This wasn't even the series that like really got me into reading. It was the series that like shaped my future book taste, if that makes sense. Like this was the first like book talk series I read. I'd read a bunch of books. I'd like was still really, really into reading. This was the first like book talk book that I read. So good. So good. It is also fantasy dystopian. It's long. There are 6 main books and 5 novellas, but the first 3 books also work as just a trilogy. Like you don't need to read the entire thing. My mom only read the first 3 books. The third one's the best. The third one is in my top 3 books. Top 3? Top 5? I don't know. It's up there. It's so good. It's so good. Some people don't like this series because I don't exactly know why. I think it's just the writing. I don't really know. I really, really like it. It's a pretty easy read, and by easy read, I mean it's not like super wordy. Like it's pretty fast paced. Really good female main character. So many plot twists. There was so much going on in this book. Total family, by the way. Like by the end of the book, oh my god, it's so good. This series is so good. There's also a sequel series that just started. The first book just came out like a few months ago. I don't know when, a while ago. So not just, but it's also really good and like up and coming. I don't really know how much else to say to this. Summary. Girl's been locked up for, 265 days, because if she touches anyone, they die. And she kills them. And then the Supreme Commander of North America, America's son, plans on using her as a weapon. And then there's love interest, love triangle. I don't really like love triangle. This is a love triangle where I feel very strongly on one side, and I think everybody who reads this book series does. Enemies to lovers as well, as is almost every book on this list, I think, actually. I don't really know what else to say. I feel like 90% of people who read have heard about this book series because it is really, really popular. And in my opinion, well deserved. Other people's opinions, not so much. I think it's great. I think it's super well deserved. I think it's really, I think a lot. Like, again, kind of getting into fantasy or dystopian novels, or, you know, kind of breaking free, kind of entering that genre, as well as Powerless, because they're both very, I want to say lightweight, but not in the sense that, like, they're boring and nothing's happening and, like, they're lame. Like, they're heavy. Like, they're still sad. You will still cry. They're still heavy, but they're lightweight. Like, they're not dense, you know? You feel me? This next series I have mixed feelings about, but I thought I'd put it on this list because I think, oh my god, I have to sneeze. I don't love this series, but like I do love it, but I don't love it. I don't know. I have very mixed feelings about it. I really enjoyed reading it. My biggest thing about it is the characters. And I'm of course talking about Akhtar by Sarah J. Maas, Court of Thorns and Roses. My biggest thing with this book series is it's so long. It's so long. I still haven't read the 5th book because I read the 4th one that was like basically a Christmas episode. Low-key hated it. And then the 5th one's like, I have it beside me. This was also mentioned in my last video, so I'm not gonna go like too deep into why I haven't read it. Beauty and the Beast retelling with like more of a fantasy aspect. Mortal girl kills a wolf in the woods and gets forced to live the rest of her life with fairies, but not fairies like fae, you know? Enemies to lovers. So many characters. I have a note somewhere on my phone of all the characters, who they are, what they've done, how they're relevant, and like where they appear in the book, because I got so confused so quickly. I read that series at the same time as my friend and my friend's mom, and we were all confused collectively. This one's also a political fantasy, again very heavy on the political side because that's kind of what it's about, but it also is very heavy on the romance side. Like, I'd say it's a pretty good split, so it's kind of the in-between of Powerless and The Crow Prince, except this book is like very spicy. Lots of smut. I'm not much of a smut girl personally. I don't really care either way. This is a lot, like a lot, and apparently the 5th book has the most, so I'm kind of scared. But you know, if you're into that kind of thing, Akhtar, it's good. I really like it. My just thing is like it's so long, which is like good, but I'm very much more of a fan of like long series short books, not long book short series. Like, this very much could have been a 10-book series with shorter books, and I would have been so much more inclined to read it because I feel like I'm completing more. I think that's about it. It's good. It's long. It's kind of confusing at times, so you do need to lock in for parts of it. The next series is not fantasy or dystopian, so we're straying away from what I've been talking about, and it is the Inheritance Games trilogy by, who's by? Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Oh my god, I love this book series. I don't want to say mystery, I say it's more of like a puzzle book, if that makes sense. Basically, a girl inherits a buttload of money from a random person, and she has to like figure out why, and she has to live in their house with like with his entire family, and they have to figure out like why she got this money, and big love triangle with insane plot twists. This book series also has so many characters. I think, wait, I might actually have it somewhere. I have like mind map where I put the main character at the middle and then drew out lines and like branched all the characters together, and like I had arrow. It was insane. I took up the entire piece of paper. I like crossed people out when they were dead, but then to erase it when they came back to life, and it was just so much going on all the time. But I really, really like it. It's a really good series. It's really like satisfying, like kind of itches a part of your brain that like a lot of books don't, and it's really satisfying. But it is also kind of confusing. I don't know if it's just confusing to me. Maybe I'm just slow, maybe it's not confusing, maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough. For me, it was kind of confusing at times, but it's still really good. It's the kind of love triangle where like, okay, I might like this guy more and I might like this guy more, but it's very clear which one she ends up with, in my opinion. That's why my sister read it didn't read it because she started reading it and was like, oh, I really like this guy, but I know she ends up with the other one, so I'm not gonna read the series, which is fair. Okay, next is, I keep saying my favorite book, so I feel like that like the title as my favorite book is kind of losing more and more meaning. So we're not going to say it's my favorite book. We're going to say it's one of my favorite books, and that is Bones and All. Basically, I don't even know how to explain it. Bones and All is a book about, in the simplest terms, cannibalism. I don't really know how to like categorize it because there's so much to it. It's also a movie. This is one of the book I watched the movie first and then I read the book, and honestly, this is one of the books or the like cases where the movie might be better, maybe, but this is also a book video, so like I have to show you to read the book, but I think the movie might be better. So if you're not gonna read the book, go watch the movie at least. It's about cannibalism, but it's about so much more than cannibalism. It's about like it's so symbiotic, it's so metaphorical, it's kind of up to interpretation, but from my point of view, it's about like the impossibility of love while still needing it and wanting to be loved, flaws and all, like whole, and the consuming feeling of what that's like. And it's so good. It follows main character Marin and another eater, Lee, as they look for Marin's mom/dad. The book it's dad, movie it's mom. I don't know why they switched it, but yeah, it's so good. It's really depressing. And the movies, and the book, it's pretty disturbing. I feel like that's kind of given when I say it's about cannibalism, but it is a little disturbing. Like it's a lot sometimes. I really like it. Like in one of the opening scenes, she like bites something off. But yeah, it's so good. It's so good. If you're not gonna read the book, go watch the movie. The book is not long by any means. It's definitely like a 1 to 2 day read, but it's so good, and it genuinely shapes the way my brain thinks about love and relationships. I always feel weird saying this about this book because it is about cannibalism, but I feel kind of weird saying this about this book because it is about cannibalism, but it genuinely resonates with something so deep inside of me. Like you read it and it means something different to you, regardless of what it's really about. I think it, doesn't just resonate with me, but I think it resonates with something that everybody can relate with, and that's just love as a whole and wanting to be loved and the need for it, even despite the impossibility of it in some cases, or the flaws and all that. And I think it like you can feel it if that makes sense. And I think it's so important for not necessarily everyone to read this specific book, but to read something that gives them that sense of identity when it comes to terms with your perspective of love. And I think this is the book that kind of helped me shape that and what that meant to me. Anyways, it's really good and you should read it or watch the movie. Another book that deeply resonates with me, All the Bright Places. So depressing. It's about two teenagers and their like pursuit of happipiness despite everything they're going through and what's going on around them and all this stuff. I don't have the exact synopsis. It's been a while since I read this, so I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to be wrong. But it's so good. I personally really like this book because it explores themes of mental health, which is something I've struggled with mental health my entire life, and reading about it and finding that what the fuck's the word I'm looking for? Reading about mental health and feeling that, what is the word? Not recognized. That word when like you see something and you're like, oh, that's me. What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm gonna tweak. Also, my phone's gonna die. Feeling that like no, not resemblance. Fuck. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like feeling representation. Reading a book with representation about something you've struggled with or gone through your entire life is so meaningful, especially when, like, I read this book early in high school years, and again, it not necessarily shaped the way I think or changed anything about me drastically, but I think it kind of, led me to be able to accept who I am and accept the way I think and the way my mind works, and that it's okay that I'm not like everybody else because I'm so quirky and I'm so different. But genuinely, it's a really, really good book. It's so sad. It's so sad. but it's so not inspiring, meaningful, and it again kind of resonates with certain people, and maybe it won't resonate with you. Maybe it's not your kind of book. It is definitely my kind of book, and I strongly recommend it to anybody ever. This book, next book, might actually be my favorite book. I don't know. I love them all. Hello? This is How You Lose the Time War. Such an amazing, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, it is Wulawa, girl love, amazing, dystopian, fantasy, so good, enemies to lovers. The way they communicate is they travel through time and space, leaving each other letters. Honestly, I feel like that's, honestly, I feel like that's all I have to say about this video, or about this book. Because if that immediately doesn't get you, it is so poetic, and it is so beautifully written, and there are just paragraphs where you're reading and it's just going and going and going, and oh my god, this is like the best thing I've ever read in my entire life. It is confusing, it is wordy, it is pretty dense, but I strongly recommend it to anyone ever. It's not very long, and it's so good. So good. Please read it. Please. If you are reading any of these books from this list, read that one. I think is like, it's the most poetic, but it's really good. The last book on the list is another book that deeply resonates with me because it also explores themes. Okay, the last book on the list is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Such an amazing book. It is about OCD. The main character has OCD. That's kind of what the whole book circles around. There's also a mini aspect of like murder mystery to it, but that's pretty irrelevant. I'm probably gonna make my senior quote something from this book. That's how much, like, I have OCD, and I read this book right when I'd like first gotten diagnosed. It was like around the time, like I think I was reading this book actually when I got diagnosed, and it just deeply, like, it's kind of that like sigh of relief when you realize like, okay, other people, it's not me, I'm not insane. It's such an amazing book. I can't even express like how good it is. I love it so much. It's a pretty easy read. It's not too dense. There is aspects of romance to it, and it doesn't necessarily have a sad ending, and it's really good, and everybody should read it, like everybody ever, because it's really good, especially if you're a teenage girl. Oh my god, why is my phone moving? Okay, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed. Also, I don't know when my heater turned on. I'm just now realizing that it's on, so I apologize if that's been loud and annoying for like this entire video, but I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will read at least, or add at least one of these books to your TBR list, and maybe this convinced you to read a book. Maybe it didn't, maybe you took nothing away from this. That's okay, because at least you're still here and at least you're watching. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!